What's up, guys? What's up? It's Thursday, 4 o'clock, and this is another episode of CarBiz Leaders Live featuring the principal's office, where I like to say it's the only principal's office where you actually would like to come to. I have an extremely special guest today. Her name is Patrycja Mannone. She has been a longtime customer of mine, and a couple of years ago, she sold her dealership and decided to try a new chapter and came into the world of auto logistics. So she is one of our own, but her story is amazing, and I just can't wait to share it with all of you. I have to give you a warning, though. Patrycja and I are very close friends, so we are going to have some fun today. So, should we be laughing and slightly get inappropriate, I would like to apologize now in the future. Anyway, it's going to be a great show today. I hope you enjoy it, we can't wait to hear from you guys in the comments and describe. Let's do this. Well, hello. Let's welcome my dearest, my sister from another mister, Mrs. Patrycja Mannone, aka P. Hi, P. Welcome to our show. Thank you so much for coming on. I know you're stepping out of your comfort zone, and I am so proud of you. So, if you wouldn't mind just taking a moment to kind of introduce yourself to our audience and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, hello, and thank you for having me. It's truly an honor to be here with you today. Yes, Patrycja Mannone, P. Obviously, you can see the spelling of my name is quite odd. So my husband and I own our independent car dealership in Rochester Hills, Michigan for over 11 years. We had a beautiful indoor showroom. We had a service department, detail department. We were really one-stop shop, and we had a wonderful, wonderful business with great opportunities and great people that bought cars from us that became our friends and family.
Yes. And so we all want to know. Now, I know why you guys wanted to kind of change paths, but, because Michigan is oh so cold. But can you tell us why you guys decided to kind of, sell the dealership and kind of change your ways a little bit?
Well, it's kind of a bittersweet story. We bought our place in Florida here almost 8 years ago. We're in Clearwater Beach, just south of Tampa.
My favorite place to visit.
Yes, it's gorgeous here. About 2 years ago, my husband had a quadruple bypass, as you know, Michael. And it was a very difficult recovery for him. And once he recovered, we said, if not now, then never. So we sold everything that we had, packed up our bags, our dog, and here we are.
Well, and and the car business is no joke. I mean, I think a lot of people really don't realize how stressful this is. And then, and that's kind of why we even have this podcast in the first place, because the mission of this podcast is really for people who own a piece of this car business, right? That not only carry the weight of the car business, as stressful as it is, but the weight of owning a business on top of that. And, we're so glad that Mikey is on his way back to health and living his best life without all the stress. And we know that, you are the real mastermind behind all of that. So let's talk a little bit about when you were running the dealership, like what were some of the challenges that you guys faced?
Well, I came from a legal background, right? I
Mm-hmm.
was a legal assistant for many, many years. So when we opened our dealership, I knew about what was going on, right? My
Mm-hmm.
husband been in business since he was 18. But me personally, I've never been inside one,
Mm-hmm.
inside behind the scenes. So when I got in, he put me through F&I school,
Mm-hmm.
special finance school, and he was a great teacher. I learned from the best, and I really became good at saying no.
I know, and I don't like it.
People will try to beat you up on the price all the time. And
Yeah.
as a business owner, as
Mm-hmm.
it's your money. It's your
Yeah.
money, not a dealer kind of money. This is your own
Mm-hmm.
personal finance. So you
Right.
have to say no
Right.
sometimes.
You can't give away the farm,
No,
right? You
no,
actually, we all deserve to eat, and everybody does want the best deal, but we all deserve to eat. So now
absolutely.
your dealership was absolutely gorgeous. Tell us what you guys specialize in, because I think it's important, because there's a lot of independent dealers out there that kind of really don't have a niche or a direction. And I think it's really important that you kind of talk about how you guys selected that. And
Absolutely. So we had a beautiful indoor showroom with custom lighting and custom flooring. We specialized in imports,
mhm,
but they were a little older. But they were
mhm,
all safety inspected, road ready. There was no mechanical issues. They were absolutely gorgeous. And whether it was a $5,000 car or an $80,000 car, they both were treated the same way. Every step that we took to prep the vehicle, to put it on the floor, was
mhm.
the same way. Very, very exceptional attention to detail was part of our business model.
Right. And I think that's important. Now, how did you guys attract your customers? Because, you had the 5,000 all the way up to the 80. So, and it was indoor showroom, right? So it's not like they were just out in a big parking lot.
No, it was all internet. It was
Hmm.
all basically word to mouth, good
Hmm.
reputation,
Hmm.
and a lot of referrals. A lot of
Right.
referrals.
Right. Now, I had the pleasure of visiting the showroom, because what you may not know is that before P came to Royalty, they were very loyal and wonderful customers of Royalty. And so we're very grateful for your business. Thank you. For years and years and years. So I got an opportunity to see the showroom. It was absolutely beautiful. You're right. All those, beautiful imported luxury vehicles. And I think that's what you guys bring to the table, is a little bit of that luxury experience, right? And a little bit of that hard ass too. Excuse me. Said that on the internet.
Yes, we really loved our imports. We still do. We love luxurious lifestyle and having
Yeah.
fun. We like to work hard, but we also like to play hard.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that that's important, because, you get to decide your lifestyle, right? And so tell us a little bit about, how you translate your experience from the dealership to our customers today, because I think that's really important.
I think the most part, and most importantly, what used car managers should really look at our business, right, is like I tell you all the time, I have a really great resume, not to be
I know.
a little sassy, but yes. And I've done a lot of great things in my life I'm very proud of. But like I tell you all the time, moving metal is really hard. I think this is the hardest job I've ever had, honestly. And what used car managers should really, really know is that what we do, the service that we provide,
Mm-hmm.
is second to none. What
Mm-hmm.
we do behind the scenes to make sure that their cars are on the lot within, my cars are picked up within 24 hours, 48 hours at the most, delivered the next day. We're fast. Our
Mm-hmm.
team is fast. The sooner the car is on the lot, it's gone through service, through safety, it's ready for sale. You don't have to get ready for central, ready auto,
Mm-hmm.
wait 2-3 weeks for a vehicle. We're on
Mm-hmm.
time. Boom, we're delivered.
Right.
We're proud of that.
Yeah. And if I'm ever not on time, because sometimes that happens, rarely,
Yes.
but like everybody gets it, you know,
Well,
everybody gets it.
I think, the relationships that we've built,
Hmm.
when you surround yourself by great people, like you always trying to build the bigger and better team. The minute you surround yourself with great people, like you say, our success is your success, right?
Right. Now let's talk about surrounding yourself with great people because, of course, you and I are so great. I love you so much. And you have been such a blessing in my life, you
Likewise.
know, and and family. And I don't think you guys know this, but Patricia and I can have like a 30-minute conversation just on pickles. Okay. So, but
Yes.
that's our little inside joke. But I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I think when you find your tribe of people, when everybody wants to work hard and works together, and there's some people that always don't want to do that. And, there's bad blood here and there's bad blood there. And not necessarily bad blood, but just, like I've outgrown a person or I've moved on from a situation. And I think, what I love about working with you is that you're always continuing to grow. When we were talking about the yoga the other day, and I just thought, you're my kind of, when we are trying to elevate ourselves and get better every single day. So, what are some other ways that you try to implement that into your life daily? I think that's important for everybody.
I'm really big on yoga and meditation. It's really brings me down to my level. Obviously we have a very stressful job,
Mm-hmm.
and so that helps me. I have this motto from a daily meditation that I read. Be like a palm tree, bend so you don't break. Right? You got to sway a little bit. So pick the battles, that are worth fighting for. Not every battle is worth fighting for.
Yes.
Stay
I would
true
say
to
that's how
yourself.
you keep a marriage too. Wouldn't you agree?
Although
24
you're
years. Better
almost 24 years of marriage, yes, to my greatest husband and best friend, Michael.
Yeah. Now, Michael, we all three of us have a blast, and while Patricia and I could talk about pickles, Mike and I could talk about your meatballs for like an hour and a half. So, uh,
Well, it's always an honor when you're in town and I have a chance to cook for you and have dinner together. It's a really truly, it warms my heart. Just so you know.
Thank you. And I always enjoy coming over and having a blast. I think, to me, because you being based in Florida, and by the way, I think that's part of it. It's very tough. Now, Patricia is she has it all, you really do. And when it comes down to it, it's difficult to be on your own little, virtual island. I had to do it when I worked at other companies. And I think, I try to really make sure that, that you always feel a part of, right? And you've brought in tremendous opportunities to our company. For example, if it wasn't for you and your relationship with Rafi, we wouldn't be sponsoring the Fund a Life event. So I'm super grateful for that. What else? Let's go back to when you guys had the dealership. What are some of the things that you did to kind of like support the community and just kind of get out there and be amongst friends and better the world a little bit? I want to hear about that.
We did a lot of secondary lending, a lot where
Mhm.
people didn't think they could, afford a $20,000 Range Rover, and they walked out of, with keys in their hands and they were smiling and their hearts were just full of joy. Also, all the Oakland County sheriffs actually bought cars from us. It was very, very, it was a great community.
I love a man in uniform. I don't know about you.
Well,
I think that's so important. A lot of times, and don't get me wrong, there are some bad ones out there, but I think, there are some really good police officers out there that are really trying to do their job, and people take them for granted so much. I think when it comes down to it, we got to stop taking people's lives for granted, and
Mhm.
kind of respect, how difficult it is,
Mhm.
to be in their shoes as well. So
Yeah, we definitely supported the Oakland County sheriffs, and we did a lot of the Oakland County firefighters as well. We brought them lunch quite often, so that was kind of our way of giving back.
yeah,
But I think, giving back is not only to the community, but to each other. You
yeah,
know, give to the people that you're closest with, like
yeah.
you.
I think that's so important, and I think there's a lot of times when people get slighted on doing bigger things. Today I whipped out a 20 for this family that was like, and my husband was like, "What are you doing? I need that $20, that we're gonna send our son to school." I'm like, we just went to Costco, and I was just like, dude, like, we got groceries. Like, let's help somebody else out. Like, we can afford $20, honey, you know? And I think, and it's not like my husband isn't generous. He's very generous. But I think at the time, people are like, you just have to believe that all of that good is going to come back to you.
Absolutely, we're big supporters of T2T, Towers to Tower. That organization. We're really big on that.
Mm-hmm.
Our veterans, they're very important to us,
Mm-hmm.
and we like to give back.
We do. And to our drivers too. Now you have
Yes.
developed some very strategic relationships with both our carriers and our customer network. I kind of want to hear like one of your success stories because I think it's so important for everybody.
Well, so obviously, as everybody knows, royalty ships all over the world, and we have dealers, all over the country. But I specifically specialize in highline and exotics.
Mm-hmm.
That's my jam. That's my forte. That's my bread and butter. And yes, I do have personal relationships with the carriers. I have earned that respect with them, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And I really love the exotics and highline because you really have to talk to the customer and treat them like royalty.
Mm-hmm.
You really have to do that. And I think I carry that from my heart, I think,
Yeah,
it kind of
absolutely.
just kind of flows through me, and I really, really enjoy it.
And it does. And it does. And also, those cars too. So, and I think sometimes people, if they're, I call them rookie, but if you don't know those kinds of cars or what they're worth or how they're lifted or anything like that, like you can get yourself into some serious trouble and put a lot of risk on your business. So I always appreciate you taking excellent care in that category because I know that that we can kind of support that kind of business because it's going to be done right. So let's talk about some fun stuff, okay? All right, I know.
Uh-oh.
So I want to know if you could go back in time, all right, and give yourself a piece of advice, what would it be?
Oh, I take everything very personally.
Mm-hmm.
Every job that I do, I think it's one of my faults or treasures.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I really take it, if a car's not delivered at 12:30 when it's supposed to be, I take it personally.
Yeah.
Not only is my name attached to it, your name is attached to the business.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, relax a little bit more. Don't be so
Yeah.
serious, have fun, and don't take things, I'm thick skin. I have a very thick skin, obviously being in the car business for so long, but it's still, if it's not perfect, that just eats me up.
I know. And that's hard because being in car hauling, it's definitely not perfect. Now, but there is a way that we are getting better every day. And I do appreciate that because I think you know what our customers want because you are a customer,
Yes.
And I think that is just so powerful because, when we're talking about you just bring this unique perspective that not not a lot of people can say that they have. I mean, there's a couple people out there that own dealerships that do this now. There's a few people out there, but I think being a woman in this business too is a little bit more extra because we have the ability to multitask and we can have this calming effect on people, even though you're taking it personally, you're taking the brunt of that. So the customer doesn't have to. So I do appreciate that from you. But tell me a little bit more about, how you kind of overcame, like, I want to know how you kind of got down to Florida, because I think this is important for people who want to like accomplish their dreams and goals. I kind of want to go back to that because I think that's such a great, when you told me that story, I think it's amazing.
So one of our mutual friends, as you know, told us one day, Patricia, Michael, why don't you guys go to Clearwater Beach? I said, I'm not going to Florida. I don't like Florida. I'm not going. Patricia, you got to go to Clearwater Beach. So we came here 10 years ago, and I absolutely fell in love with the Gulf of Mexico. It was literally love at first sight. I was just so in awe. So what I did, I had a special account that every vehicle that we sold, I put a certain amount of money towards a down payment. And 2 years later, I had that down payment for my beachfront condo. And we bought our first condo right on the Gulf of Mexico 8 years ago. And it was my greatest joy, and I was so proud of it. I was literally crying when I opened my windows when we got there, and here is the Gulf of Mexico. It was just total dream come true.
I think that is like what I love about you is that when you want to make something happen, you do. You really do make things happen. You kind of like, you get determined, you prepare for it, you set your eyes on it, you really do make things happen. You drag Mikey along, whether he likes it or not most of the time.
Well, I think him in the car business is very good at saying no, but I don't like to hear the word no at all. Don't tell me no. As a matter of fact, do tell me, and then you see what happens.
Oh, yeah. Well, you guys are one of my favorite people to hang out with too. And of course, your condo is absolutely lovely. But I think, a lot of people think that, and even when you were talking about getting somebody into a Range Rover, a lot of people think that that these things are impossible or they can't happen, and I think that is what you really bring to the table. Is you're kind of like the dream maker, So I wanted to know like how you kind of come up with I know you had some inspiration from a friend, but there's other things that you accomplish. And I just kind of wanted to figure out sort of your process for how you kind of come to fruition and how you kind of make it go so well.
Well, I came here from Europe when I was 13 years old, and I didn't speak a word of English. I earned a scholarship to Wayne State University through my grade studies. So I've achieved a lot. I communicate in a few different languages, as you know. I just don't like the word no. I don't. I like to, I love a beautiful life. Yeah. And in order to have that beautiful life, you have to be able to work hard for it.
Yeah.
And I like to work hard. I really enjoy working. It's in my blood, right? That grind, that really determination. I love that. And I love the feeling when you accomplish something. It's just like, yes, running a marathon, getting up for that 5 a.m. yoga workout, or it's just, you got to work for it. You have to want it. You have to want it from inside. If you don't want it here, then it's not going to happen.
Do you think that, because I know for me, when somebody tells me no, it puts a little chip on my shoulder like, oh, you think no? Okay, let me show you. Do you think that no can also be a propeller for you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Go ahead, tell me now.
So yeah, go ahead. Like, watch.
Let's go.
Oh, you think I can't? Oh.
Yes. We're very alike. We're very alike, Rachel.
I know. You're the better part of me, dear.
You're the sister I've never had.
All right. So let's go back, though, because I think it's important about working hard because, I think that there comes a point, too, where, you do have to we have this work hard, play hard balance. And, we watched Mikey go through, what he went through. And that was kind of devastating. So I kind of want to find out like how you guys work on the balance because, we got to have some fun, too.
Yes. For some reason, sunsets are really, really amazing, right?
Yours are.
The sound of, water gushing, against against the buildings, just waterfalls. But our Sundays are really slow. I like to cook on Sundays, that really slow morning. We just we always have music on. Music is like 24/7. Candles are 24/7. Just little things. Not everything has to be luxurious and the little things.
Right.
Little things really do matter too. Just maybe sitting in silence. Just we're next to each other, but we're sitting in silence, and that's fine. We're next to each other, with our dog. Taking our dog for a walk with us. Those little moments that don't mean much but are so important in everyday life.
Yeah, I think that's so important too, because I think at the end of the day, like, this is a big business. It's heavy, it's stressful, it's all kinds of things. But if you kind of create that environment, for me, I always appreciate the fact that we are always laughing together. I think that's the best medicine, personally.
I think that's what keeps our marriage keeps going because Michael and I, we are just we're laughing. We're laughing all the time. Everything is just funny. Whatever he says, whatever I say, I don't know. We're like two stooges, not three.
I know. I love being a part of it. Nothing makes me happier. All right. Well, listen, can you believe it? We are almost at the end. We're at the end. Oh my God. It went by so fast. Patrycja, thank you so much. Guys, please take a moment to reach out to this beautiful, beautiful woman, because at the end of the day, she is the bomb. She works hard. She really knows her stuff, and she really knows how to make things happen. So I am blessed to have her in my world, and I know that she will be a shining star in yours as well. Any final thoughts that you want to tell anybody?
Trust your broker. Trust us, our company. We're great at what we do. And go back to your duties as a used car manager, as a new car manager. Go back to your duties. Let us do our job. We're good at it. We're darn good at it. You have enough on your plate. Send us the gate passes. We'll get it handled for you. Don't worry about anything. All day long.
Yes. And thank you so much for everything and for all that you've done for us. And I'm so proud of your growth. And I'm just so lucky to have you in my life. You and Mikey always keep me on my toes and laughing my butt off. And I think, to me, when you find joy in the crazy, that's when it all becomes worth it. So thank you for coming on. I really I'm so grateful to you. And for those of you that need to connect with my dearest Patrycja, she's at pm@royaltyships.com. That's how you can find her. She's loaded with lots of information. You need some advice about running a dealership. She brings so much more to the table than just getting your cars to you on time. She really is the powerhouse. The wind beneath your wings is going to make your life a whole lot easier. I'm very lucky to have you in my life. You're amazing. Thank you so much. We did it.
Thank you for having me. My heart is full.
Awesome. Love you. Thank you.
Love you too. Thank you.
Bye.